Ludus Vulpes.
Welcome to Ludus Vulpes. My name's Kirsty.
And I'm Phil.
You join us as we run... Shall I start that again? You join us as we run through an excellent selection of games for experienced gamers on Christmas Day.
After the Christmas turkey has been eaten, after the red wine and the port and the sherry and the whiskey and the
Don't
beer
forget the
has
gin,
been
darling.
drunk and the gin has been drunk, and you've got the attention span of a small rodent, but you've got
It's
just
okay,
enough.
it's all right.
You've got
You
just
can do
enough
this.
attention to
Yes.
get through a couple of games
You have
that
not been
are
drinking.
a little bit more complicated. This is our games for gamers who just want to get through a game on Christmas Day.
Yes.
So we've got a few games on this list. We're going to start with a very new game. We're going to
Suitable
start.
for 4 players, this one.
It is suitable for 4 players, and it is a pick up and deliver. I think classic to be.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. And this one is Lisbon Tram 28.
We will at some point do a setup and playthrough
Yeah.
of this. It's a fantastic game.
And it comes with a little tram bell. Ding ding.
So if you need waking up after Christmas dinner,
Yeah.
that dinging will annoy the hell out of you.
Honestly, it's one of the most enjoyment. It's
so
fantastic.
frustrating.
So much fun. Ding ding.
So,
Ding ding.
Lisbon Tram is a game where you're moving your tram around Lisbon to pick up passengers and drop them off at various tourist sites for victory points.
Woo!
It is one of the slickest, smoothest and most straightforward pick up and deliver
Yep.
games I have ever played, and
Yep.
the beautiful thing about it is it doesn't stick around too long. It plays in about an hour,
Yep.
and that's just enough time for you to be comfortable with the game and have enjoyed it.
It's got a fairly simple setup as well.
Yes, it
so
has.
that all helps.
So, Lisbon Tram 28, we think is a great after Christmas dinner game.
4 players.
Yeah.
So, moving on. Maybe we should go by player count. So our next
fine.
one will
That
be
wasn't contrived at all.
a beautiful, beautiful, artistic, beautiful. Yes.
Beautiful, artistic, beautiful was what you just said.
Yes.
Are you aware?
Board
Okay,
game.
fine.
In the name of Wingspan.
Yeah, normally sitting on lighter lists, sort of an introductory to intermediate sort of list. But actually, after Christmas dinner, sometimes you want a game that you just like. Oh, I need to
Look how
think to
beautiful
play. I
it
need to do
is.
well.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to repopulate the world with eggs because I'm a smarter gamer than that.
Yeah.
Wingspan is a lovely game for 1 to 5 players. Those of you who are familiar with it will know how easy it is to play once you've got it all set up and got it going.
Yeah. There's not that much setup really. The way it comes in the box anyway, leaves all the it's all ready to go. Just pop your boards out, shuffle some cards, and away you go.
Yeah, and you're putting birds in habitats, making eggs and other
Match
things.
the bird, do the habitat, pay the cost to get it there. It's all yours. Simple. That's Wingspan.
That's Wingspan.
Great one.
I should have wings
up to
with my
5
halo at the
players.
moment, but I've tucked them away.
Have you asked Santa Baby for some wings?
I've asked him for other things as well.
Moving on.
Please.
So, we'll move to 6 players now.
Yeah.
And for 6 players, we have 2 choices on our list today. Which one would you like to start with?
Well, we've just done a Stoneware Games game, so let's not do another one right now. Let's move on.
Let's move to Chili Fox Games.
Yeah, hot chilies
New game.
and foxes, hot foxes and hot chilies. Just because we have Vulpes in the title doesn't mean we are automatically going to select games with fox in the manufacturer.
Maybe.
But we might.
Yeah.
Riverside is
Yes.
a game, one of our games of the year actually.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is
fantastic roll and write game for up to 6 players.
Unexpected find.
Yeah,
some
it
essence.
really was an unexpected find.
It's great for up to 6 players, and it's a roll and write.
You are putting passengers on a boat, and then you are taking them on excursions.
Various excursions.
Yeah, it's
through
wonderful.
the northern lights.
Yeah, they're getting cold outside
Polar
though.
bear
Baby, it's cold
safaris.
outside. And other Christmas references because it is set in a winter setting, which makes it thematically perfect for Christmas.
Excuse me. There's also reindeers.
And polar bears. But
Yes,
we haven't
there
got
are.
any polar bears.
No, we have a little penguin.
Which is a shame.
He's a cutie.
Yeah, polar bears eat those.
Great. I'm going to have to deal with nightmares all night now for him. How are we going to put him to bed now?
Riverside plays in about 45 minutes.
Yes,
it's a
it
quick
does.
game, but it's nice and thinky.
Yeah.
It's got enough meat to it to keep you interested, and it's a fantastic little game.
Yeah. If you want something ever so slightly heavier for 6 players, we'll pop back to Stone My Games
For Red Rising.
Red Rising.
Red Rising is not Red Riding Hood and has nothing to do with Red Riding Hood.
No, but if you want to see me dressed up as Red Riding Hood,
Watch.
check out the video. Moving on.
Swiftly. Red Rising is...
You said Red Riding
I
then.
did
That's
say
so funny.
Thank you.
Red Rising
Red
from
Rising.
Stone My Games.
Yeah.
Up to 6 players and is based on...
Fantasy Realms is
Yeah.
the game that it's inspired by, and a lot of similarities between the two games.
Yeah.
You're basically creating a hand of cards that score the most points.
Yes.
And you're doing that by cycling cards to a shared player area, and you're trying to get cards that really bolster the cards that you've got in your hand. It's the complexity comes in the fact that it's you need to build your tactics on the fly. Really, you don't know what's going to be good until you're sort of midway through the game.
And you're also flying. You're moving on your rockets.
All kinds of tracks.
Flights. There's different tracks. The ability to get the sovereign token.
The game ends way too quickly as well, in a nice way.
To be fair, there are some ways in which you can race through that game. There are other ways in which you can drag it out. Different columns have different powers. It's brilliant. Every game is unique because of the card shuffling. Yeah, you can do back-to-back games. It's really good, and it's less than an hour, and it's a really simple set-up, which apparently is harder to say than it seems.
It is. And the last game on this list.
Yes. Last but not least.
With the expansion, up to 7 players can play this game.
Yes.
And
but you need the expansion for that.
You do need the expansion. But the expansion is absolutely worth it.
Yes, definitely.
It's a Wonderful World. Maybe one of my favourite games I've played.
I'm sure that's a Christmas film.
It's a Wonderful World. It is a Christmas film.
It is.
Wow,
we're talking about the board games.
Shockingly well every now and again here.
Honestly, this is the board game. It's a Wonderful World.
And I honestly, one of my favourite games that I think we've played a lot of It's a Wonderful World because it is such a good game, and it can play a massively varied player count.
Yeah. The expansion is the Ascension and Corruption.
Or Corruption and Ascension. One of those.
those.
Those 2 words appear in the title.
Order.
Yeah.
And just increases it from a 5-player game to a 7-player game.
And also gives you more cards to play with. There's no reason to not get the expansion to It's a Wonderful World.
You've got little resource cubes, you've got financiers, you have got
military
generals, that's it. And what I love is the woman is the general. Hell yeah.
Fine.
We did a video on it, it's a fancy dress, it's quite amusing. Just drop that in there. Anyway, do you want to say more about the game?
I will. You're creating an engine to basically maximise points throughout the game and to allow you to build more buildings.
Yeah.
Whatever you've got built is going to score you points at the end of the game, and the challenge in this game is to establish how you're going to score those points, because there is no clear, especially if you're playing the sort of more advanced version of the game, there is no clear description of how you're going to get there early on in the game. So it plays fantastically well, and the time it takes to play doesn't significantly increase with player count, because most of the game is done simultaneously. Unless you're like us and you're really curious as to what the other player's doing.
Oh, what's he doing? Oh no, he's doing what I thought I was doing. I can get rid of that one now.
There's a card drafting element as well, and I always think card drafting elements just push games into a into a level of complexity that's slightly higher, because you got a whole kind of loss aversion when you're passing another hand of cards over to another player. I don't want to give these away. What are they going to do with them?
Yeah.
It's a great game. It's a Wonderful World. It's an absolutely fantastic game for up to 7 players. You will probably, with an experienced table, get a game knocked out in about 45 minutes, and you'll have had a great time.
You'll get that right when you play it again. I'm going to beat you. Feel.
Yeah. So
all these games, also, let's bear in mind, are suitable for 2 players upwards.
Yeah, and some of them are suitable for 1 player as well.
Yeah,
but
actually,
I don't want to think about you having Christmas dinner on your own out there.
Join
If
us
you are going to be on your own at Christmas dinner, come and have Christmas dinner with us.
Yes.
The address will...
Yeah, so we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe, because we really, really appreciate it.
We absolutely do.
It doesn't happen very often, and every time we get a little subscriber, Phil does a little dance. It's really funny. One day I'm going to video it to show you guys. We're also on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Just search Ludus Vulpes.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks,
Hopefully
everyone.
this list gives you some ideas of games you might play after Christmas dinner.
Yeah, and in fact, if we've missed any, add them in the comments below. Let the people know.
We'll see you all soon.
See you soon, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.